Hi, and welcome to Starto, the show for the American entrepreneur. I'm Chris Franks alongside the festive Sandy Grason today. Sandy, how are you?
I'm great. Where's your hat? I'm
going to put my hat on, and you need to explain what I'm doing here because these are particular festive events.
It's the first annual Starto holiday episode.
That's
right.
And
I thought we needed hats.
We do need hats, but before we get started, I want to put on a different hat. Like most entrepreneurs, I wear many hats. See the parallel there? I'm going to put on my flat bill Axel's hat and say a big shout out to our buddies at Axel's. Do you think I can pull off the flat bill?
Yeah.
You think you can?
You got a face for it.
All right.
All right.
I think that's good. Shout out to Axel's. Our friends at Axel's, cohats.com or axels.com to find this really cool gear. They supplied my cool t-shirt today and my badass hat. So thank you guys to Axel's. You have any, you're not wearing your Axel's gear.
I know. I think I need some more Axels.
That's a blatant plug. Well, we are
Does Axel's make shoes?
I don't think so.
Axel's.
I don't think so.
I need some shoes.
We're very excited to be joined by a very kick-ass entrepreneur here in the Denver, Boulder area. You're a Boulder guy, though.
Boulder guy.
Boulder guy. That's all right.
Woohoo! I'm a Boulder girl.
Mr. Joel Wishkovsky. Did I say it right?
Yeah,
That's the greatest last name ever.
It's pretty good.
Right?
When I was a little kid, I used to say W skip a few Y because I couldn't pronounce the whole thing.
Nice. W skip.
I love that it has wish in it.
And I think it's one of the best profile pics of all time. But we would be remorse to not wish you a happy Hanukkah.
I think it's remiss.
Remiss.
Yeah.
Wish you a happy Hanukkah and have you show what your festivities.
Ugly Hanukkah sweater.
That's awesome. I love that sweater. I want that sweater.
That is
awesome.
Really fantastic sweater.
It is a pretty awesome sweater.
It is.
Well, Joel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Our very first ever holiday special. You are the founder and CEO of Card Gnome. Tell us a little bit about Card Gnome.
Card Gnome is a personalized greeting card website. So people can come to our site, find a card that they like, personalize it with a message, and then we'll print and mail the card for them. And unlike a lot of other sites, we crowdsource all the designs. So some of the best designers in the world, and you can come pick designs that they've handmade for you.
I love this idea, and I signed up this morning. I should have signed up beforehand, but I signed up this morning. And I love the idea that I can literally sit down between Christmas and New Year's and plan out my entire year and then just forget that, or not forget that my parents' anniversary.
You won't be forgetting.
Or some birthday present or something like that. I think it's amazing because you guys handle it all up to a year in advance.
Exactly. And we see a lot of people do that in the beginning of the year. People make their New Year's resolutions to send more cards or to be more in touch with people. So
that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Wanted to kick it off by showing a little bit of video about Card Gnome.
Sending cards to relatives and friends every day for a week has actually made me think that I probably should do this more often. So probably my most special card was sent to my now 96-year-old grandmother.
My lifelong best friend. We met in the first grade. We've been best friends ever since.
My father for something really specific he did for me when I was in college, letting me borrow the family car for an entire summer so that I could complete a second major. It really set me up for success to get my first job and kind of give me confidence for the rest of my career.
When you verbalize, you can just kind of spout out a little bit. When you write, you have to organize your thoughts because you want them to get to the end of whatever you wrote and be like, that's what this person meant.
Instead of staring at an inbox full of 300 emails and mentally processing all of them as you're looking at them, you can kind of shut all that down for a few minutes and focus on an individual and a thought.
I think that my dad will save the card and put it on the mantle for several years.
It was neat, though, to get that phone call and hear from them and just hear the happiness in their voice. And it wasn't just an email, or a text message, but we actually got to connect.
It is great, and I love that idea of being able to send thank you cards to the people that you love. How'd you come up with that idea?
The 7 days of thanks. Mm-hmm. So every morning I actually say thank you. I out loud say thank you and try to figure out what I'm grateful for. And so we were talking about that idea, and we're like, oh, maybe we can have other people experience that same thing. So for 7 days leading up to Thanksgiving, we gave 7 entrepreneurs in Boulder free cards, and they can just send as many thank you cards as they wanted. And then they came on the show and gave us a little bit
That's
of
awesome.
their experience.
That's great. I mean, I'm a big believer in writing. I wrote a book called Journalution. It's all about writing. But it's true, like when you sit down, you have to, it's so much different than just like sending off an email. There is something about that, you know, thinking about what you want to say to someone. So love it.
Well,
I love
Joel,
it.
again, thank you for being here. We have some cool topics we're going to be discussing today, all around the holidays and the themes around the holidays. So let's dig in.
Let's dive in. So I loved this article in Entrepreneur Magazine. Are you ready for the digital holiday shopping rush? It's this really cool infographic, and they're asking if small and medium-sized businesses are digitally ready for holiday shoppers. And they said if you're not digital commerce ready, you might find it hard to compete in the marketplace because more and more people are shopping from their smartphones and their desktops and their tablets. And this infographic, you know, had some really great tips in it, but it also talked about how so many people are not ready. So like 56% of websites don't have their address. They don't have, 90% don't have maps or directions. 44% of websites don't have phone numbers, no email addresses, Facebook, Twitter links. You know, those are all things that can really help you. Then they just talked about, you know, being spam ready, having your privacy policy posted on the social platforms. You need a Facebook page, you need a YouTube presence, LinkedIn presence, Google Plus, blogs. Like these are all things that will really help you. And then they said 98% of businesses, small and medium size, aren't mobile optimized.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big 98%. That's gigantic. So I don't know. I just thought this was really interesting. And for so many entrepreneurs out there, they're, you know, small and medium size. These are things that can really probably grow your business this holiday season if you just put a little effort into it.
Well, I think that we kind of in the internet startup world, we tend to think that everybody is kind of past the point of remembering to put your phone number on a website, right? I mean, what's the worst website you guys have been to recently?
Oh, man.
Can you
I
think
don't
of
know.
one?
You go.
I can think of one. I was trying to get figure out whether or not we were going to go to a restaurant. And I won't tell you the restaurant's name, but it was the same type of deal. They didn't talk about the food that they served on the restaurant page, and I think that I couldn't find their address to actually find where the restaurant was physically located.
You're right. Menus, like having a menu is so helpful. I was on a cleanse, and like before we could go anywhere to eat, I had to make sure there was something on the menu that I could eat before we
weird
left.
Boulder people and your cleanses. Have you
But
ever
that's
cleansed?
important.
I have never cleansed. No. My friend has a sports massage place, and I was talking to him the other day, and he has a really nice website. He's like the only one that has a website for his massage place. And he says that most people he talks to who come in actually say they came to him because he has online scheduling and has a nice website.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome.
and they're looking
Online
around. They're like,
scheduling.
oh, this is the one that's legitimate.
So
you apart, really.
is there an incredible opportunity out there for somebody to, and I think that, what's the company, Intuit, is trying to do this, which is just sell basic websites to every small and medium-sized
They
business.
definitely should be not the ones to sell websites to anyone. Anyone out there using QuickBooks knows exactly what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I completely agree. Yeah, exactly.
It's not very
Figure
easy.
out how to do my accounting software.
That's a great business, though, too. I think, you know, just helping people who have very basic websites convert them to mobile, right? So your website's mobile ready.
There's
That's
actually
great-
one in Boulder. I think it's called M-Shopper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do that. They
great.
take your existing website and they just turn it into mobile.
Well, and that's, I think, as far as real trends in the tech and the startup space, that 98% is a big number. And that is a big opportunity, is it not?
It's a huge opportunity.
I mean, if you think about it, because I think that we all believe in the internet tech space that all commerce will be mobile commerce, or at least the majority of it will be at some point in the future.
at least mobile optimized.
Yeah.
You may not buy through your phone, but at least you're going to find out information about where you're at or where you want to go from it.
Yeah.
I
Completely.
so prefer.
Maybe companies won't even go for a regular website. You know, it's getting a little more expensive for a small business to come up with a website, a mobile site, Twitter accounts, Facebook, all this stuff. Maybe they just skip some of that and just go right to mobile.
I know some people that are creating their web presence around their social pages. So their Facebook page is becoming their central page. So if you go
that's
to
interesting. Yeah.
you know, wherever.com, it goes to their Facebook page.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
I read an article about 20 tech trends that will define 2013. And I'm not going to go through all 20. I want to read a couple of them to you and then ask your opinions. The experience economy comes of age. I think that's an interesting one. Apps become invisible. We lose control of our cars. Human and computer interaction gets more humanistic. This is the one I wanted to ask you about. It seems to me that when we think about the ways that computers and humans interact, and it's still pretty rudimentary. It's still...
It's at the peak.
Yeah, I mean, it's still... We're not at a place yet where it makes common sense. And if you think about the way iPads work, and I can hand my iPad to my 4-year-old son, and he knows how to use it in about 30 seconds, that's very intuitive. But computers, and particularly computer interfaces, are not there. Do you guys agree with that?
I don't know. As soon as you said that, I started thinking about my husband's so into the singularity. Have you heard of this?
No,
like the
tell me.
singularity, it's like where computers get smarter than we are, and they start doing things like you'll be able to swallow a little computer chip and it'll go inside your body and fix everything, which sounds awesome. But then there's also the other side of like Minority Report. Like remember when like Prevent Crime? Remember
That's
that?
right.
The pre-crime unit? Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
A little bit
I'm a
creepy.
little scared of that.
Have you guys been using Siri?
Siri doesn't like me very much. I say, Siri, call me badass, and she goes, no, thank you.
I don't use Siri, but I do love that you can use the mic to text. You know, that you can use that's not Siri, is it? But that's like...
I think
Yeah, that is Siri.
Is it Siri?
Yeah, it does a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't know. If you say, hey, Siri, what can you do? It'll show you all the stuff like launching photos. I guess as soon as it can be able to make reservations for you.
Ooh.
And as I've been like training myself to use it more, like having you do all my phone calls and
Yeah.
stuff like that, make text messages,
Uh-huh.
it's great. And I'm
Really?
like looking at it, I'm like, wow, this is like the future.
So what do you use it for? Like, what's your favorite? You use it for everything? You
I
say
use it
make
for a lot of
call
stuff.
so-and-so?
Yeah, I mean, just like, text XYZ person and say this. And then it's like, is this what you want to say? Yep, send it.
That's
and it's
awesome.
done.
The
I used to do that.
huge blow up of Siri, and Siri's becoming incredibly popular, and one of the big features that the Apple is trying to push to get you to buy the new iPhone is voice kind of the thing that's next? I mean, do you think it's going to be voice, or is it more gesture type user interface? What do you think?
I don't know. I like Siri. I haven't experienced any other kinds of interactions, but as I use Siri, I see the future. I'm like, wow. It may be gestures, it may be other things too,
Both,
but I think
yeah.
voice definitely needs to be part of it. I mean, that's how human beings evolved to communicate.
Yeah.
That's how we do stuff.
I think that one of the funny things is, and we've seen this, is David Cohen on his mobile emails, he writes,
Right.
written while walking into walls,
That's his little signature.
which is funny.
I love
And Brad Feld goes another step to say, I cannot believe that in 5 years from right now, we're going to be walking down the street like this. It just makes no sense.
Yeah,
So to me,
it's
I think the heads-up display thing is something that we're going to see in 2000.
Google Glass.
Yeah.
The Google
Stuff.
Glasses,
Yeah.
or other things that we can start to think about. And there is that company out of Boulder that has the Minority Report style things. I think they're out of Boulder. I know that.
Jason Sosa's company.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Forgot the name of it. I think they actually might have changed their name, but
But that's some very cool stuff.
I love that. I love it. Okay, my turn.
Your turn.
So this article was about the top search terms in Google for 2012, and it was really relating it to business owners. They said Google released, it's called Zeitgeist 2012. So the top search terms and trends over the last year called from 1.2 trillion searches in nearly 150 languages, and they broke it up by topic and keyword searches, images, people's. So of course it was mostly dominated by pop culture references, Whitney Houston, Gangnam Style, Hurricane Sandy. But here's what they said for businesses, how you can monitor trending topics and make them work for your business. And these are just a couple of the tips. Use social monitoring tools to keep up on what's trending, so that you should be watching. And then create content that's related to the trending topic. So it's kind of back to like, if you have a blog, on your business website, you can talk about some of these trending topics and maybe bring it back to your business, or even just relate a personal story, and that will help you. You can take advantage of these trending topics. That's kind of cool, right?
But would
advice.
you ever post a Britney Spears post on your Card Gnome blog just to try to get into the trend?
Chris, I saw that video of you doing the Gangnam dance. What are you talking about?
Dude, I'm tear that up. That's
so
been
good.
That's been my touchdown dance since like 1997.
He stole it from you.
Yeah, totally.
I actually met someone who didn't see the video the other day. I had to show her on my phone what it was.
Really?
The Gangnam Style.
That was the one person in America.
I think she was the last one.
I'm glad to know that you found that person.
I think you could use this. I mean, my business was very different from yours, but I think anytime you can bring a little bit of your personal experience or personality to your business blog, in a healthy way, not like sharing too much information, but talking about feelings, maybe a Whitney Houston song when she passed away that you loved, and you talk about why it was special. Maybe you played it at your wedding, or I don't know. Like, I think those are things that you can share in business.
This is my take on it, which is I disagree a little bit, because to me, great search engine optimization is about doing the right thing over time. And it's about writing blog posts that matter to your subject matter and are going to speak to your customers over a long period of time. And shortcuts like that, I think that you probably could get a little bit of attention on it, but...
I'm not talking about attention. I'm talking about relating to your customers.
Okay.
Sharing a little bit of yourself.
That's fair.
I'm kind of in the middle of both of you guys. I don't think you want to do it for SEO. Someone searching for Diablo 3 is not looking.
They're not going to end up on Cardinal.
Exactly, and you also don't want to be associated with other stuff like gun control laws and stuff like that. You don't want to be in the middle of those things. But you do want to stay relevant to your customers. Like, for instance, like the Newtown Elementary School shooting. One of the things that people can do with green cards is send to the school. So we're just going to, today we're going to post the address. Not have to do too much about it, but hey, if you want to send a card, here's the address. You can do it.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's good.
You want to figure out ways that you can
gives people
help out.
A way to express what they're feeling and feel like they're doing something. When you feel really helpless.
And staying relevant. People are out there looking for things to do. They want to be involved in these things. That's why they're searching for it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's great.
I got a story about the top gifts from 7 rising startups for these tech people. Some really cool stuff. I want to highlight a couple of them. The first one is number 2. It's called the Snuggly Calm. For anxious exec, there's the Snug Vest from the Canadian startup
What is that?
Squeezies Therapy Inc. The inflatable vest applies adjustable amounts of pressure on your torso to create a feeling of security.
Do you have a picture of this?
No.
I saw a picture of it. It looks pretty
Have you
cool.
seen it?
Well,
This was $100 if you pre-order before February 1st.
What does it do?
Perfect for the nail-biting company retreats. I don't really understand this, but what I'm guessing is this is a hug substitute.
No, they actually hijacked it. It's weird. So this whole thing is about how this is for executives. And I watched the video, and it's actually for kids with autism.
Oh, gotcha.
Because it makes them feel comforted, like it's like a hug.
Yeah,
it has the same
hold a baby
physiological effect.
Gotcha.
Which executive is going to sit in the office with this
This reporter maybe went off on a tangent.
A couple of other ones, maybe that is a big one. The other one I really liked was avoid radiation. For health nut on your list, the Canary 1000 radiation detector makes it easy to screen food and air for deadly particles, all for just $70.
Perfect for if your wife hates you.
Oh, right.
Well, I was, my first basic real job out of college was selling cell phones. So I've had a cell phone in my ear since 1996.
So we need to scan you.
Yeah, so I wonder if you held that up to me. Which is, pretty much. The final one I really like, I think this is hilarious. Drive safe. Wondering if you've had one too many at those holiday parties? The Sip Smart Straw from Canada's Ladybug Tech allows you to find out your blood alcohol with a quick breath for about $5. Can you stay stocking stuff? So wouldn't that be great as your friends are leaving your holiday party,
there you go.
You should call Uber.
Exactly.
I think it's great.
Uber should send those out as
Uber,
gift,
great gifts.
Right?
That's a good idea. Any other holiday ideas that you guys have for the entrepreneur on your list?
I think the printer boxes, the ones they were selling on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
The little really cheap 3D printers that they have. They're $400. Those are awesome.
Those would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's great. Very good.
How about you, Sandy? Any ideas for the entrepreneurs?
I always have the hardest time buying. My husband's such a techie. He gets every little toy that he sees, and he's Jewish too. He cares nothing about Christmas. He has no. I have to force him not to give the Christmas presents to the kids early because he doesn't understand the excitement of waiting. So I don't have any ideas.
On a quick side note, and I'm happy for anybody out there listening to please email me, tweet me, whatever. I'm @MadSmarts on Twitter. I have exactly one holiday present to buy. One. It's my wife's. Jess does all the rest of the holiday shopping, and I have no idea what to get her. So, one gift, but it's a big gift. Yeah. I don't know
Just
that she
saying.
wants to buy.
Shoes.
I wear these shoes. She wouldn't want to buy the shoes that I would buy her.
No, I'll help you. Okay. My next article, this is it. 3 tips for safe holiday shopping over your mobile devices. So when you're shopping on your phone, here were some great tips from Entrepreneur Magazine. They said 1 in 3 people in the U.S. are going to use their mobile devices to make a purchase this holiday season. Unfortunately, as the financial transactions migrate to mobile devices, so do the cyber criminals. So they're figuring out how to hack into your phone. So they said that you should adjust your Wi-Fi settings so that it doesn't automatically connect wherever you are, which I know that mine does that. Public Wi-Fi, and make sure that you're only using the Wi-Fi that you trust. Because that's a great way for them to like sneak in there somehow. They said be really skeptical when you're downloading apps from unknown developers. So you find out about this app. Instead of just downloading, they said do a quick search online for the developer's name and the word malware. Malware, M-A-L-W-A-R.
That's particularly true, I think, for Android devices, because I don't think anybody's cracked the Apple iPhone store yet.
I don't know. I have no idea. But they just said make sure that you always download the latest app too, like the latest update, because a lot of times the developer will go in and fix any security bugs or issues. And then just don't fall for these phishing scams, these too good to be true deals that land in your inbox.
Require Facebook and your social security number.
Exactly. Don't do that. So we'll post a link to this so you can get all of the tips at our website, ICOSA.co. But I thought those were good tips for mobile.
It's really interesting, the one about not automatically popping into Wi-Fi and public Wi-Fi. I do that all the time.
So do I. But I guess if there are hackers sitting there waiting for you and you happen to be making a purchase with your credit card, or if you have your credit card, already saved, they might be able to get a hold of it.
Joel, what percentage of commerce do you do in the mobile space right now?
This is very low.
0? I mean, what about?
It's not 0. It's under 10%.
What about on the iPad?
I would consider that part of it.
Is that right?
But our target market is not like the 20-something entrepreneur. It's like 25 to 55-year-old moms. And a lot of them are a little less tech savvy. Like we still see XP, still see some older browsers and things like that.
Interesting.
Oh, cool.
I want to tell you guys about GiftSimple, which is, I think it's a brilliant company. Basically, stands by its names. It provides an easy way for customers to get the gifts they really want through social media. The company launched last week and is essentially a social gift registry suitable for all occasions. Users create their own want list and the gift ideas they would like to post on Facebook for friends to see. So the genius part of the model is it allows friends to pay partial amounts towards a gift. Where has this company been?
I know. I think this is great.
I think it's
awesome.
bloody brilliant, because here's the thing. At my advanced age, in
what is that?
I'm 38 years old.
It's still younger than me.
Yeah. At my advanced age, there's not a lot of little crap I want. There's not, I don't care about, I'm going to buy myself a pair of shoes. I'm going to buy all that sort of stuff. But a new MacBook Pro, that would be pretty cool. And I can have everybody who's going to give me a $20 gift.
They'll chip in.
Yeah, to do that. I think it's brilliant. What do you think about this business model, Joel?
So I have to actually disagree. There's actually, I've seen this company business model a lot. I've actually talked to 3 or 4 people who have come to me with the same idea. Be like, hey, what do you think about this idea? There's actually one in Boulder called Ventribe that does pretty much the same thing. And we actually looked at it as a possible little feature of Card Gnome. One of the things that we think that is a problem is it's hard enough to convert someone to buy a small gift, like on your website. Trying to convince them to, like, a bunch of people to all act in concert to do something is really difficult. Now, if they're able to figure out through social media how to kind of get over that hump and use like social features to get more people to throw in money, I think that will be successful.
But what if if I'll probably get 5 presents this year. From my parents, my sister, my in-laws, all that sort of stuff. What if I just said, timeout? Instead of doing here's the link. Is it?
Well, I mean, it's a little cheesy, I guess, if you're asking for yourself. But I could see this working really well. Say, like, maybe you're organizing the office birthday party for the boss, or you're organizing a big 40th birthday party for your husband, and you send it to everybody who's invited to the party or everybody in the office and say, instead of getting a $5 or $10 gift, why don't we all chip in? I know he really wants this golf club or something. I don't know. I think it could work that way.
I agree.
But
maybe it comes down
takes-
to that social stuff. It's like trying to get that many people to do one thing is difficult. But
maybe if you have a leader, you need somebody to say.
Yeah, if you have someone someone keep reminding them, then
Yeah.
I think you're nudging them along.
We're getting the wrap up from our producer. We forgot to tell you guys that since it's the holiday show, we're going to go a little longer today because we have some
Probably
great.
should have told you
told
guys.
them.
Yeah, then maybe we were planning on going a little longer. Yeah, he's getting
Sorry,
this like,
Blake. Sorry,
knock
Blake.
it off,
Yeah.
get out of here. All right,
We're gonna keep
this
going.
is our last segment.
This is our last segment, but we wanted to talk to Joel about all the cool stuff. Now, I knew that you were going to be here, Joel, so I thought it would be funny to go around our office and ask some of the people that work here, when was the last time you sent out a holiday card? So let me just tell you a few of the people that I talked to. Steve is a producer. He's younger, I'm 30-ish, I guess. He says he doesn't send out cards, and he really needs to update his address. He travels a lot. Let's just listen to some of these guys, and then we have Kim. She's your target market.
Well, if you count when my mom sends out a Christmas letter for our family, I suppose last year I did, but on my own behalf, I maybe sent an email out last year. Can't remember the last time I sent out a print card.
Do you get a lot of cards?
No, maybe 1 or 2 a year at best if I'm lucky, if I haven't changed my address recently.
I don't think I ever have sent out a holiday card. I've received plenty. But it's always, next year I'll probably do it. And if not next year, then the following year maybe.
How long have you been saying that?
2 or 3 years probably.
I don't think I've actually ever sent out a holiday card. I've had lots of grand plans to send out holiday cards, but never actually followed through on any of them.
Oh, you mean like when me and my dog put on matching sweaters and take a picture and send it to people? Never.
Never. One more time. It's been 2 years since we sent it out to our whole list.
But before that, you did it pretty regularly?
I used to do it very regularly.
And why did you stop?
I just don't have time. Our list was huge, and sadly it's trickling down now. I'm not getting as many as we used to. After 2 years of inconsistent sending, no, it's not good.
So you have to send to receive?
You have to send to receive.
It's true.
So I thought this was really interesting. You've got the guys who really want to send out the cards, but they just can't get around to it. And then you've got the people who send them out regularly or used to, but now they're busy. I'm thinking you've got answers for these people.
Yeah, well, Card Gnome is an answer. It makes it a lot easier to send out the cards for sure. I think one of the interesting things is that people think that people don't send cards because 20-somethings are not sending cards. Mm-hmm. They've never sent cards. Mm. So that demographic really doesn't send cards. It's until you have a family, until you start taking over relationships for like the husband and the wife and the extended family and the kids' friends, then you start to want to make more deep connections with people around you.
Yeah. So tell me, are you married? Do you have a family? So how did you come up with this idea to have a card company?
So it's an interesting story. So Chad and I used to work together at General Electric, and when we left, we came out here. We started a little website to allow people to buy custom-made art. And one of the things that was being made on our site was custom-made greeting cards. And the artist came to us and was like, hey, can you start printing these for us? And we're like, yeah, sure, no problem. Printing is easy. We started getting into it. We're like, oh my goodness, actually printing is not easy. And B, looking around, there's not a lot of sites that allow you to get cards online. We're thinking, wow, we can bring the Netflix model to the internet for cards. We can offer better, more convenient service, and 10, 100x the quantity and variety of content. So we started working on it and it started going well, so we kept on doing it. That was 2 years ago.
2 years. That's very cool. Really good. So what kind of tips would you have for people that want to send out holiday cards and haven't done it, want to do it?
I would say that I think that she said she had a gigantic list, and I think that you don't need to send it out to every single person. Pick a few people and send out the cards to them. And obviously I get some of these holiday cards, and a lot of them are pretty generic. But when you get that card that's specific to you, it's like, hey Joel, this year was awesome. Thank you so much. I hope you and your family are doing great. Hope your mom is doing better. All these things that relate to me, I think that makes a bigger connection. So I tend to shy away from sending so many cards in bulk and actually send out like fewer cards but make them more personal.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then finally, I heard that you're doing this cool Cards for Heroes program. Can you tell us what that is?
We actually wrapped it up already. It's the second year we did it. It's a program where we allow people on a site to send greeting cards to an anonymous soldier or veteran. And this year we actually gave away 10,000 free cards to people to send on the site to these soldiers. It's great. I mean, I think one of the reasons we did it, actually the reason we did it, is that soldiers, they hear from society, oh, thank you so much, so great. But our site is all about personal connection, and we wanted them to hear from individuals in society saying, hey, thank you, we really do appreciate it. I'm Joel from Boulder, Colorado. Thanks again. That kind of stuff.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
Cool.
Joel, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. We have a joint message for all the entrepreneurs out there. As this is our last show of 2012, we want you to rock it in 2013. Remember, Instagram was a mere little bitty startup in the beginning of 2012, wasn't it? It had been around for like 6 months, and they just launched something to market, and look at them now.
Look at them now.
Yeah. So, Sandy, where can people find us?
You can find us. Make sure you go check out our Facebook page, Starto TV. You can follow us on Twitter at Starto TV. If you're listening on iTunes, make sure you go watch this episode. The full video is posted on ICOSA.co/Starto. And Card Gnome, all new Card Gnome customers get their first card absolutely free to personalize and send out, including the stamp and the shipping.
It's true.
That's right. Cardgnome.com, right?
Cardgnome.com with a silent G.
With a silent G.
Card Gnome.
For
As my dad would say it. Card Gnome.
All of us here at Starto, Nathan, Blake, Tim, Keenan, Andrew, all of our team here at Starto, an incredibly talented team. Thank you guys very much. Happy holidays to everyone. On behalf of all of us, be safe this holiday season. Enjoy it with your friends and family. That's all the time we have. Join us again next time on Starto. Not going to be in a couple weeks, but when we're back,
we have some exciting news for the new year.
Very exciting new format that we're going to be showing you guys. So, and last thing, check out cohats.com for our buddies Axel. So let's put the cool hat back on as we get out of here.
With my sparkly hat.
Yeah.
And
my sparkly pants.
And your
sweater.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, see you next time.